They thought being faster meant winning. They thought getting to the bank first gave you control. When Derek Sullivan woke up at 5 a.m. to empty the joint account before his wife could touch it, he felt like a strategic genius. What he didn't know was that his wife had already been to that same bank 3 days earlier, and she hadn't withdrawn a single dollar. She had done something far more devastating. This is the story of a man who thought speed was strategy, and the woman who understood that preparation beats panic every single time. The marriage had been crumbling for months. Derek Sullivan, 39, was a sales manager at a tech company. Confident, aggressive, the kind of man who saw every interaction as a negotiation he needed to win. His wife, Monica Sullivan, was 36. She worked as a paralegal at a mid-sized law firm. Quiet, methodical, the kind of woman who read contracts twice and kept receipts for everything. They had been married for 11 years, no children, just a house, 2 cars and a joint savings account with $207,000. Money she had saved together for a down payment on a bigger house. The account was in both their names, equal access, equal authority. When Monica told Derek she wanted a divorce in early September, his first thought wasn't about the marriage, it was about that account. Fine, Derek said, standing up from the kitchen table. If you want out, get out, or don't think you're taking half of everything. Monica had looked at him calmly. The law says I'm entitled to half. The law says a lot of things, Derek shot back, but possession is 9/10. He walked out, slept at a hotel, started planning. Derek knew Monica. She was cautious, slow to act. She had probably consulted a lawyer, filed paperwork, wait for a court date. By the time all that happened, Derek planned to have moved the money somewhere she couldn't touch it. He researched his options. He couldn't close the joint account without her signature, but he could withdraw funds, all of them, transfer them to his personal account, then claim it was for business expenses or debt repayment. By the time Monica realized what happened, the money would be gone. Derek set his alarm for 5 a.m. on September 18th. The bank opened at 9 a.m., but he wanted to be the first in line. He arrived at the branch at 8:45 a.m., coffee in hand, rehearsing what he would say to the teller. At exactly 9 a.m., the doors opened. Derek walked in, approached the counter, smiled at the teller, a young woman named Ashley. "Good morning," Derek said. "I need to make a withdrawal from my joint savings account." Ashley nodded presently. "Of course, account number?" Derek provided it. Ashley typed it into her system. Her expression changed, just slightly, a small furrow between her eyebrows. "One moment, please," she said. She stood up and walked into the back office. Derek's smile faltered. "Is there a problem?" "Just one moment, sir." A manager appeared, older, serious. His name tag said, "Robert Chen." "Mr. Sullivan?" Robert said. "Can you come with me, please?" Derek followed him into a small private office. "Is something wrong?" Robert sat down behind a desk. He didn't invite Derek to sit. "Mr. Sullivan, there is a fraud alert on your account." Derek blinked. "A what?" "3 days ago, your wife, Monica Sullivan, came to this branch and filed a fraud prevention report." She indicated that there was a risk of unauthorized withdrawals due to marital separation. Per our policy, we've placed a temporary hold on large transactions. Derek's face flushed. She can't do that. It's a joint account. I have every right. You do have rights, Mr. Sullivan, but so does she. When one account holder reports potential fraud, we are required to freeze large withdrawals until both parties provide written consent or a court order. How much is frozen? Derek demanded. Any withdrawal over $5,000 requires dual authorization. Derek stood up, his hands shaking. This is ridiculous. That's my money. It's joint marital property, sir. If you would like to dispute this, you will need to go through the courts. Derek stormed out of the bank. Monica had been sitting in her car across the street watching. She saw Derek walk into the bank at 9 a.m., confident and smug. She saw him come out 20 minutes later, red-faced and empty-handed. She allowed herself a small smile. 3 days earlier, she had sat in this same bank with her lawyer, Patricia Hayes. Patricia had called ahead, explained the situation to the branch manager. My client is separating from her husband, Patricia had said. We have reason to believe he may attempt to drain their joint account. What protections can we put in place? Robert Chen has been sympathetic. We can place a fraud alert if either party attempts a withdrawal over a certain threshold. We will require both signatures or a court order. Monica had signed the paperwork. The hold had been activated immediately. Derek never saw it coming. The divorce hearing was set for October 15th. Derek sat at the plaintiff's table with his lawyer, a sharp-suited man named Greg Wallace. Derek was furious. He had spent the last month trying to access that money and hitting walls at every turn. Monica sat calmly at the defendant's table with Patricia. Judge Linda Vasquez presided. She was known for having no patience for games. Greg stood up. Your Honor, my client is requesting immediate access to the marital savings account. Mrs. Sullivan has improperly frozen the account, preventing my client from accessing his own funds. Patricia stood. Your Honor, Mrs. Sullivan placed a fraud prevention hold after Mr. Sullivan explicitly stated his intention to drain the account before divorce proceedings could begin. Judge Vasquez looked at Derek. Did you attempt to withdraw funds from the joint account, Mr. Sullivan? Derek shifted in his seat. I went to the bank to access my money, yes. How much did you attempt to withdraw? Derek hesitated. All of it. All $247,000 is my money